Last word.
I'm Will Levis here with co-host Denise Jackson, and we're missing our third leg of this stool. David Squires was a little under the weather, but you're still tuned in to The Last Word for Now, where we talk about stories that rarely get told from perspectives that rarely get heard. And the story that we're going to talk about in this segment actually is something that is buzzing. A lot of buzz is going around on the south side of Hampton Roads, and it's about the mayor of Portsmouth, James Hawley, and how the city council has voted a non-binding vote, but still a vote nonetheless, asking him to step down. The Virginian Pilot editorial board has asked him to step down. And this has all come as a result of some, how can we say, controversy that has come out about how he has been using city employees to take care of some of his personal business. Some of that business being canceling subscriptions to Playboy.
That's right. Buying gifts for people.
Buying gifts for people. Having people do his lawns.
That's right.
What do you think about this?
I want to be mayor. If that's the case.
What, to get your Playboy canceled?
My lawn cut, my grass cut, or whatever. Run some errands for me. Like, I guess this is kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad because you know him. You've met him.
Yeah, I met him. I met him as when I was publisher editor of Mix Magazine, and he's a very likable guy, and that's one of the things about him is that people like him. He's a very charismatic. But he's gotten up there in age, and he's had a long career, civil rights oriented career, a dentist. I mean, he's not, a lightweight, but he's got tied up in this situation.
I don't know what happened in there in that time frame where, he's been mayor, where he got the duties a little confused, and apparently these assistants, I think he had like 6 secretaries in 7 years.
Yeah, over 7, yeah.
Red flag there, and I don't think the powers that be really did anything, but I feel like a lot of people feel like that he's accountable to the people. And so
absolutely.
He won't resign. I don't think he'll resign. I would like to see him resign because it's time. You don't want to taint your legacy.
Yeah.
This is tainting it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been tainted, rather.
I think that's exactly it, is that, there comes a time where after you've had a good career, you've been very popular, that you ought to think about your legacy. You ought to think about bowing out gracefully. And it seems that a lot of people who have been popular have this difficulty knowing when it is to sort of move on. Some of the things that he's been accused of, I'm sure there's been other city employees who have done things that are similar. It's not to say that it's okay. I mean, he's been fined, $2,500. But I think that, he needs some people around him would be helpful to help him realize that this is a time to move on, and he's up in age. I believe he's in his 80s.
Yeah, he's in
He
his 80s.
should be enjoying his grandchildren. He should be moving, as you said, his legacy, moving on, having people celebrate him, name buildings after him, and basically move on.
With someone at that age, and for a lot of people who've been in the limelight, that scares them. They don't know what else to do. Does he really want to sit and play with the grandkids? No. He's 80 years old. Otherwise, he would have done it when he was in his 60s or something like that. So I think he enjoys that. He's really abusing the power.
Yeah, I think in his case, his ego is definitely is underplayed. And to the defense of the city employee, she's been catching a lot of flack and staying under. And she really wanted to sort of, move this along quietly. Not really cause a big to-do in the city.
It's
not really cause the city, but
the mayor, though.
Yeah.
It's not going to go under the radar. It's the mayor, so we'll see what happens. But right now, I guess that's the last word for now.
Last word. Last word.